welcome. We are the beautiful setting of just right in front of the Jama Masjid in Old Delhi. We start by introducing our panel. Nasir Abdullah joins us. He's an eminent citizen of Delhi. He's a Delhiite. He is here as the independent chair. Reena Gupta of the Aam Aadmi Party. She's a spokesperson and a very vocal one at that. Deepika Sharma from the BJP, also a spokesperson of the party. Sulaiman Khan, also with us. He is from the Congress Party. I'd like to start off with Nasir Abdullah because he is not affiliated really to any political party. Nasir Abdullah, as an independent citizen of Delhi, you've seen this particular election become, from what it was, a fight between two or perhaps even three parties, to largely becoming a personality-driven contest. After Kiran Bedi joined in, it all became about Arvind Kejriwal v Kiran Modi, with Narendra Modi also thrown in there in the middle as perhaps another brand ambassador for the BJP. Is it a good thing for elections to become presidential or personality-driven context in the context of our capital city, as a citizen?
Yeah, I think what's also happening is that for the first time, the people may be thinking that since they really have a right to decide who it'll be. I understand it's a very interesting election, and actually Kiran Apna Bedi is an incredibly gifted human being, so is Arvind. So I just have this feeling that the people here are really gearing up to wonder, like they said, give Modi a chance. They're also somewhere actually saying, give Mr. Kejriwal a chance, because he's never been in power. The BJP
well, he has been in power.
Past.
49 days he was
well,
there.
That was a very short stint, him as well. Not as a regular, not for a few years, okay. Unlike the others. But it's an incredibly interesting
Whose advantage
election.
has it worked out for? A personality-driven contest favors Kiran Bedi, the IPS officer administrator, or Arvind Kejriwal, who's revolutionary slash whatever you want to call him.
Both are stars. It is incredible, and it'll be very interesting to find, because Ms. Bedi is an incredibly strong woman. So is Arvind. Ms. Bedi is known for being a no-nonsense woman. Nerves of steel, and I have great admiration for her.
So this is a choice for people of Delhi to actually choose the administrator. Reena Gupta, I would like to draw you in at this point. Did it actually benefit the Aam Aadmi Party after Kiran Bedi was nominated as the Chief Minister candidate for the BJP, and it became about A versus B? I mean, you've seen during the elections, it's always been about who's leading the party. The issues, although they're important, have been sidelined to some extent. Does that factor, the age of the TV politician, benefit Arvind Kejriwal more or Kiran Bedi more?
Atif, is very interesting. If you go out of, television channels, and if you actually go and talk to the people, for them it's still about issues. It's about bijli, it's about pani, it's about the basic amenities which are still not available to more than 60% of the population of Delhi. So for them, and they have seen, even if our government was for 49 days, we delivered on the basic promises. So it's not just about Arvind. Arvind, of course, has a very, very clean image, and people will vote him for that. But more than Arvind, I think it's the issues that we've been talking about, what we are going to do for women's security, what will we do for electricity, what will we do for youth,
you don't admit that it becoming about Arvind Kejriwal and Kiran Bedi has factored in somehow to increase the popularity or the chances, let me say, of the Aam Aadmi Party?
It has actually helped us, because what has happened is, in the past 2-3 weeks or so that Ms. Bedi has come into the limelight, what has also become very clear to the people of Delhi is that BJP as a party, the organization does not exist. We saw a series of resignations in high-profile dramas and dharnas. So the people of Delhi realize that having just one figure of Ms. Bedi is not going to deliver on anything to the people of Delhi.
So you credit whatever the opinion polls are saying to your cadre who's working on the ground.
Absolutely.
Deepika Sharma, let me ask you this. Do you think a personality-driven contest is what the BJP cadre was looking for? And perhaps when it became about Arvind Kejriwal versus Kiran Bedi, it perhaps sort of demoralized the cadre somewhere? Do you believe that, as the Aam Aadmi Party seems to think?
Yeah, absolutely not. In fact, BJP's organization is very strong and it is moving. The very fact that the foundation members of Aam Aadmi Party are leaving the party, they've left the party. Shazia Ilmi, Ashwin Upadhyay, initially Professor Madhu Bahaduri, if you remember, Captain Vikram Batra's mother, Neena Sharma, I could name a pantheon of them. they've left Aam Aadmi Party and they've joined BJP. So I genuinely feel that the party cadre is completely enthused by Madam Kiran Bedi being projected as CM face, and she has got a public record of immense administrative experience and integrity in terms of what she's given to society.
But you would also admit,
40 years
Deepika
of vast
Sharma, hasn't
experience.
it gotten slightly personal? I'm using the word slightly very understatedly, because it has become about, oh, Bedi's record, oh, Arvind Kejriwal bhag ke chala gaya, and this 49-day record.
It is the very nature of a electoral contest, that towards any electoral contest, it does get personal at some level. You cannot exclude that element ever from an election.
Even between
in
people
whatever
who've been
era,
friends before in the IAC, who started off together.
Whatever era, whatever time, the very nature of politics is like that.
Okay.
You know.
You want to say something, right?
I just want to say that, you know, from the beginning, Athar, if you followed our campaign, we always wanted to talk about issues. We said, you know, we will bring Wi-Fi to Delhi. The Prime Minister comes to Delhi and says, Arvind Kejriwal is an Naxalite. Arvind Kejriwal is a bandar. He should go to the jungle. And now even Ms. Bedi has started saying these things. So we always try to keep it focused on issues which matter to the people of Delhi. But BJP did not have, you know, any manifesto, any vision for the people of Delhi.
The manifesto
They kept bringing it back to, to just personal attacks and mudslinging.
You know, our CM candidate, Madam Kiran Bedi, had presented a 25-point women security program and then a 15-point youth-oriented point by point this thing. Important thing is this: as far as the issues are concerned, yes, issues always hold prominence in any election, and they should. But BJP is only answering Aam Aadmi Party's this thing, though they have not answered any of our
But there have been allegations
questions
from both sides. Let's admit that.
Aam Aadmi Party
there have been allegations
doing
from
the
both
Delhi
sides.
dialogue.
Let's not be holier than that.
On every issue, be it health, education, transport, we are very clear what we're going to do.
A little break in this. Slightly changing tack.
2 days back, the Hawala thing that surfaced.
Well, it hasn't been proved it's Hawala yet. Arun Jaitley doesn't say it's Hawala. He insinuates this could be Hawala. He doesn't cross the line.
Everything has been proved by their website.
Okay, fair enough.
Share
We have a
companies
third
and
entrant also.
Your channel itself did a 6-hour program.
We are the media,
on it.
we cover
I mean,
everything. You know, we also have a third entrant for people who've forgotten. The Congress party is also in some sort of contention in Delhi. Sulaiman Khan is a spokesperson of the Congress party. You know, these days I always go to the Congress last. I mean, don't call it a bias, but it doesn't seem like the Congress is anywhere in the picture right now. If you're lucky, you'll probably get 4 to 5 seats, and I'm being very conservative there.
You know, Athar, you can analyze whatever you want to, but Congress is very much in fight. And you know, there are two aspects to this election. First is, it is a personality comparison being going on among the voters. And second is that yes, issues are also equally important. People are also voting on the basis of issues.
Where does your personality, and I mean, by that I mean Ajay Maken, fit into the matrix of Arvind Kejriwal versus Kiran Bedi?
Next I am comparing that only. If we compare the personalities of the three faces which the three parties have projected, if we say about Mr. Ajay Maken, he has a vast experience of 30 years of governance. He has been 4-time MLA, the youngest speaker of the Delhi Assembly, a minister in the Delhi government, a union minister in the central government, and now he is the General Secretary of the AICC. He has also been the President of the Delhi University Students' Union. So he is the one, and very neat and clean image, not a taint on his 30 years of political journey. And if we compare this with Mr. Maken with Mr. Kejriwal and Ms. Kiran Bedi, what Mr. Kejriwal has done in 49 days, dharna politics when he is the Chief Minister.
What he's saying. You know, if I could interject one more. Nasir, if this is the criteria, if the people of Delhi are looking for someone with experience who has delivered at some level.
And clean image.
On the CV, if you compare the CV of these three CM candidates, on paper, conventional logic would suggest Ajay Maken is the best qualified, but he's not in the race right now.
Yes.
How do you define that?
That is the situation. The Congress is on the back foot a bit. I understand that. There was a thought I had earlier on, and my thought was this, that Arvind Kejriwal apparently is the person who will bring in the change. Kiran Bedi is the person who will enforce whatever has not been enforced so far very well. She will create improvements in what already exists. Herein lies the difference where Arvind is the revolutionary.
Are you saying there is space for radical change in the national capital of India? I mean, that would be going a stretch really. But do you think the mood right now is for radical change or is it for status quo?
From what I see and hear from the statistics, etc., it seems that Arvind has, an advantage. At this moment, anything can happen. But it seems that the people, and there are a lot of poor people here who have seen both the governments work. The BJP was in power once, the Congress has been in power for a long time, and somewhere a section of the population is not entirely happy with either. So they may go for a new entity, hoping that they will deliver.
I thought I interrupted you, but if you go by conventional logic, your candidate is the best, he's not in the race. Do you admit now then, perhaps even in Delhi like in other states, a new sort of politics has emerged and the Congress perhaps is still stuck in the warp of doing things conventionally, doing things the done way? And that's not going to work anymore.
No, rather, Athar, I must say that Congress has started all this transparency issues. We have brought the Right to Information Act in the Parliament. It was during our government, UPA 2, that the Lokpal bill was passed. Yes, the time has come for a more transparent way of working, the more transparent way of governance. The time has come to be more transparent and a better and a more connect with the people. And the truth is, in past 2-3 years, Congress party has somehow lost its touch with the common man. That's why the result came so. I was telling about the personalities. If you compare Mr. Makhan's personality with Mr. Kejriwal's personality, what Mr. Kejriwal has done in 49 days, that being a chief minister, he sat on a dharna. He said, I don't prefer Republic Day as a thing of a national festival. And other things, he worked like an anarchist.
But don't you think that those things work to his advantage rather than singling him out as some sort of anarchist?
People have voted for him in last election also in large numbers. But within 49 days he resigned. People have realized their mistakes. So this time, whatever the survey says, I must say that Congress is going to do good.
What do you think, because the opinion polls as of now are predicting a slight edge for the Aam Aadmi Party, depending on what opinion poll you look at really. But what do you think made that space for Arvind Kejriwal, who was accused of running away of a 49-day government, and come back and re-establish that space in Delhi? What do you think worked?
Couple of things, Athar. First of all, it's not a slight edge. It's a big
Well, I'm
edge.
a cautious man.
But I just wanted to, pick up from what Nasir was saying, that thirst for change, beat any class, Athar. Beat the middle class, beat the upper class, beat the lower class. I think the people of the country, the people of Delhi are expecting much more from the government. The old chalta hai attitude will not work anymore. They are demanding from the government. They are saying that we voted for you, we elected you to deliver on these XYZ things.
But isn't that what
even if
Narendra
Congress
Modi
keeps,
and the BJP came to power on? Chalta hai, nahi chalega. We will change things.
But we've seen 8 mahine mein hua kya?
No, but they would not agree. You would not agree with that.
It
You would
still
not agree with
chalta
that.
hai.
You would say chalta hai is not the way Modi functions.
But
absolutely.
Can I just complete what I was saying?
Even if Athar, you would go to ask a common man on the street today that what do you think about Narendra Modi? Nobody would say that he is a prime minister with a chalta hai attitude.
Then why does the AAP have slight lead in opinion polls?
No. You see, as far as the opinion polls are concerned, what is the method used, what is the parameter used, what is the sample size used? Opinion polls are always open to a question. Whether it is our favor, their favor, anybody's favor.
But that's not what politicians say when opinion polls are favoring them. We saw that in the Lok Sabha election. You said opinion polls are the barometer of the public mood.
We questioned the opinion polls on the ground that they were giving us lesser seats. We had said, I myself as spokesperson had said that we would gain far more seats than what they are giving us, and it so happened. Important thing is this, that today the man on the ground, he knows one thing, that here is a central government, here is a prime minister who is actually working for the country, and if you would notice that ever since he's come to power, the perception of India as a whole in the international community has
There's
gone
one
up
thing that
several
has been
notches.
constant in the BJP campaign before Bedi or after Bedi, that the synergy with the centre of a state government in Delhi is the USP, is the clinching point for the voter. You have a central government, you have a state government. If both are the same party, then there can be no roadblocks. Do you think that is going to strike with some voters, at least in Delhi, who want development? It doesn't matter who does it, and they see the BJP as the best shot because the central government is the BJP, and there'll be no roadblocks there.
I'm glad you brought up that point, because the Prime Minister has almost been blackmailing the people of Delhi that you better vote for us, otherwise I will not.
No, that's not really blackmail.
Absolutely not.
Almost
We should not
blackmailing.
use
But
these terms.
he hasn't
The
really
PM
blackmailed
he is not the
anyone.
Prime
No,
Minister of
he
Bharatiya
said
Janata
one of
Party.
his speeches. It was almost
is the
blackmailing.
PM of
But how can
entire
you say it was
India.
blackmail?
मैं
He is
काम
just saying.
करवाऊंगा अगर आप मुझे वो.
So he's saying, I'm in a position now.
Whatever happened to federalism, you know, we have a very rich
I
tradition of
object to this
federalism in our country,
negative
right?
The objection is very clear,
He
ma'am.
is the Prime Minister of the entire India. He is not the Prime Minister of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Your objection noted, but let her carry on. Objection noted.
So, you know, even in Mrs. Sheila Dikshit's government, it was the same government here and in the centre. What did we see? We didn't see much. And, you know, contrary to that, even in Gujarat, if that is the analogy you want to take, in Gujarat, when Mr. Modi was the chief minister, it was a different government in the centre.
So no roadblocks there either.
So no roadblocks
You
there.
wanna come
When
in?
there is a political will, the point there is a political will. If there is a political will to do things, to shake the system and really make some changes. I mean, look at this area where we are sitting. 50 years BJP and Congress have been ruling us. Look at the pathetic state of transport. Look at the pathetic state of
So the
DDA,
traffic, I'm sure all
the
of you
MCD,
noticed the huge problem
all
there.
of it, you know,
what
because
the
there's been
learned
no
lady from
political
the
will
Aam
to
Aadmi
do
Party is
anything.
saying.
Okay, so you're saying it's
let
time
me-
for change.
Let me reply. What the learned lady from Aam Aadmi Party is saying, that nothing has been done in Delhi. So I think you have not seen the Delhi of prior to 1998.
I've been living here from that time.
So then you cannot
the
say
pace
this.
is very slow, sir.
No,
You build 100.
You have the metros.
You build
have the
100
low-floor
flyovers
buses, you
in
have-
15 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, the people of Delhi are not willing to take that now.
This is totally, nobody will take this from you. Delhi has completely changed. The infrastructure has developed
The
a lot.
pace
We
is
have
very
flyovers,
slow,
we
sir.
have
There has
broad
been a
roads.
fair amount of.
Yeah, a lot
we
of
must
things have
give
been
the
done.
credit.
But Nasir, we can always say that we have more to do. We can do more. There can be things which could have been done more. But still, the Sheila Dikshit government for 15 years have changed completely. The Delhi of 1997-98 is completely different from
But
Delhi
that
of
work
2013.
of the 15 years of Sheila Dikshit is not going to help
Yeah.
you in this election. How are you
We
going
were
to
hit.
sustain?
We were hit in December 2000 in 2013 election because of several reasons. Because of the anti-incumbency against us, because of certain corruption scandals coming out. There were various reasons, and one this man, Mr. Kejriwal, who made false promises that I'll give you the moon, and made all these tall promises. That's why people were misled by his promises and voted for him. Otherwise, Congress has done a lot, and Congress needs to
So
come
why are
again to power.
why are people voting again, according to opinion polls, for this man again who showed them the moon didn't give them
I
anything?
believe, and
there has to be a reason.
Yeah,
for this.
I believe and I hope that Congress is again coming to power. We have an undercurrent, and people are voting
All
for
right,
us.
but bear in mind, we're not making any judgments here. I mean, we're only quoting opinion polls saying that Aam Aadmi Party has a slight edge, and this is not the channel's opinion. My personal opinion right now, it's a dead heat. It's an extremely close contest. There's nothing to choose from right now, really. I'm being cautious also. But would you agree that it's neck to neck right now, even though there have been ups and downs in opinion polls and swings?
It looks neck to neck.
It's very close.
I
very
understand,
close.
and actually, the popularity for Mr. Modi and the BJP is still a bit on the high side as far as I can see. I have a situation. I've got a few of my friends who've been Hindu friends. They have been a bit worried about things like this Ghar Wapsi thing that is happening through the
You think that's a
DHP
factor
and
in
all
Delhi
that.
polls?
Whatever.
The-
They're a
the-
bit
the
because
radical
yes,
lunatic fringes?
yes, but Mr. Modi had actually promised Vikas, and that's really all we need. Everything else is actually bakwas. That is, you know, this thing, why you like this. And,
No, but
and
are
the
you saying
Ghar Wa-
that's a factor in Delhi polls? It could be a factor in UP, say, for example, even in Bihar. Is there a
Yes.
factor in Delhi?
I don't know. I've been hearing these other things by these guys who are a bit worried about the laxity sort of expressed by the people, expressing these sort of communal things about the Ghar Wapsi. I think Ghar Wapsi should be for the women. They should be able to Ghar Wapsi home safely, for example, that is Ghar Wapsi, really. And Ghar Wapsi, if it all has to happen from the heart. Anybody wants to convert, go right
So you're
ahead,
saying
whatever
these
works.
issues, do you think those are a factor in the Delhi polls? Do you think the Aam
Absolutely.
Aadmi Party has touched upon very lightly as far as things and blaming BJP for the rise of the fringe is concerned? Because you think the issue in Delhi is something else, it's governance, it's corruption. So you have treaded lightly on that as well.
You know, Athar, it's a range of things which matter to the people of Delhi. And you know, I'm glad that Nasir brought up this issue of women's security. That's one of the most important things. You know, it cuts across class. Whichever class of people you talk to, women's security is very, very important. And you know, the Prime Minister can say anything. Just having the Prime Minister there is not going to change things for, you know, the old style of politics that BJP is still entrenched in. You know, the fringe elements keep coming out and saying all these things against women.
But women's security was a very serious issue, is a very serious issue. In Kiran Bedi, you have the perfect law and order candidate who happens to be a woman.
Absolutely.
So isn't that an advantage for the BJP?
But then, no, I must interject.
I think she will ensure that at least.
Well,
How will she ensure the Delhi police
have
is
a
not
feeling.
under her? It's not under the Chief Minister.
Athar,
And BJP has kept quiet about this issue of full
she'll
state
find a
of
way.
Delhi.
Kiran Bedi is the perfect law and order candidate, as they call them in the US. Also being a woman, shouldn't that be working for you? And a big chunk of the people, especially women, should vote for you.
Athar, you are absolutely right on that. And she has been working. She's got a PhD in domestic violence. She has been working on women's reform. She has given a 25-point agenda. And one thing I would like to say, so much so for the Aam Aadmi Party's claim, you are very well aware of the Somnath Bharti incident when he was the law minister and how he outraged the modesty of the Ugandan women. And second of all, the sexist statement by Kumar Vishwas. They can't rein in their own people and then they do moral lecturing on women's security.
So that's a point.
It is absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Open the Pandora's box.
Sakshi Maharaj has been given. Sakshi Maharaj has been given a show cause notice.
But it's not just Sakshi Maharaj.
And Sadi Prachi does not belong
It's
to
not
our
the
party.
Sakshi Maharaj.
Sadi Prachi is sharing stage
She's
Athar, forget everybody else. The
from
Chief
BSP.
Minister of Haryana.
Sadi
Chief
Prachi
Minister
is
of
a
Haryana.
leader from
Chief
BSP.
Minister of Haryana.
Just because she's wearing saffron clothes, Sadhvi
Ma'am, what about the Chief Minister of
Prachi is
Haryana?
not there.
I want last pitches from you. I'll come to you last. Nasir Abdullah, I want to start with you. You're a Delhi citizen. You've lived in Delhi you were born here, like you were telling me in Bali Maran, right here behind us. This beautiful setting.
That's me.
Do you think that the space for radical change that we talked about in the beginning of the show, do you think the idea that a new kind of politics has to come, that idea, has that time come, or do you think the Modi wave and the fact that the Prime Minister is an overbearing presence and has a huge party and a huge majority around the country, that's going to play in the Delhi elections, or do you think the time for change has come in Delhi?
Well, anything could happen. I think somewhere, despite whatever's happening, that Kiran Bedi will win. I also think that she is an incredibly gifted, strong woman, and she will deliver. I like her. One of the reasons I like her is because she likes me. But that is not the point.
Okay,
She thinks I'm a
that's
nice
not
guy.
really,
She's-
that.
I know,
I'm
but I'm
sure
being
Kiran
honest
Bedi likes
about
all
it.
of us.
Having said that, she's a woman, no nonsense, and I think she will go for it. And I'd be happy to help her
Okay,
in
let me ask Sulaiman.
a matter or two.
Sulaiman, the Congress, admit it or not, is a bit of a third player right now. You might even, best case scenario, you might get enough to actually matter in government formation. But if it's a hung house, it could fall to you. We won't go into that right now. Ajay Maken, CM candidate, how much of that is going to affect it? Rahul Gandhi, in fact, by the way, is holding a rally here at this very location later today. But do you think that's going to help at all?
Yeah, Mr. Makan's projection has helped the Congress a lot because he has a vast experience. He is the best candidate for the chief ministership from any party. And even the campaigning of Mr. Rahul Gandhi has helped always. The roadshow today, you'll see in the evening that it will affect naturally. Rahul Gandhi is a natural leader of the country, for the youth at least. Youth follow him. So Mr.
We can see
Markan.
that in the last election. Really.
Yeah, there were reasons. We lost one
There are
election.
always
that doesn't-
reasons.
No,
There are always reasons.
We lost one election. That doesn't mean that the leadership and the qualities and the aura of Mr. Rahul Gandhi has gone in one election. It was one election which we lost because of multiple reasons.
Okay, the BJP is very confident still, and I still maintain it's going to be a very tight fight, Deepika Sharma. You know, the AAP might believe that they have a slight edge. They might or might not have. For me, it's a neck-and-neck contest right now. Do you think you will pull through?
Not only that, we'll pull through, Atar. We'll pull through with such grand numbers that you yourself will be surprised. This is what all the opinions were saying in the Lok Sabha Chunav. Even in the Haryana and Maharashtra, you were not giving us a good this thing. But here I
think
say
we're pretty accurate,
I would say that BJP is going to romp home with an
Okay,
absolute
the BJP is
grand
going to
majority.
romp home according to the BJP. Last word on this show, because we have no more time. Reena Gupta, Aam Aadmi Party, no matter what anyone says, they have come back. You have come back somehow. It's going to be the last mile from now on. You have to be very careful. How do you assess your chances? Objectively.
I think our chances are really strong, Athar, because what we brought is a change in the way politics is done in the country. You know, all the other parties still are in the time warp, still into communal and caste politics and all of that. We have brought transparency and honesty in governance. We have shown the people of Delhi that unless we get rid of corruption, the lives of the common people in Delhi cannot become better. And I really hope, and I have a strong belief that the people of Delhi will vote us with full majority.
We'll end there. Confidence positions, of course, from both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. Believe it or not, the Congress is also very confident of doing really well. The independent voter, of course, like Nasir said, will decide for the first time, has a choice in deciding and choosing the man or woman who is an administrator really for Delhi. Nasir Abdullah, Reena Gupta, Deepika Sharma and Sulaiman Khan. Many thanks for joining us. That's all we have right now. This was the last of our Delhi special debates. Athar Khan signing off for NewsX.